Lucky number 3.
All right. Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
This is a happy time.
We're so happy to be doing this.
No, you guys. Hi, this is Tom Sofa.
Don't fake it. Stop being fake. This is our third fucking time.
You guys. Okay. So, the first time. First of all, welcome to Sofa Tomatoes.
Welcome to Sofa Tomatoes.
We got something to talk about. The first time we got 50 minutes into this podcast. 50 minutes. A lot of minutes, not 0 minutes, 50 minutes into this fucking podcast. And my phone died. Died. We lost the whole thing.
Fucking jumped off a cliff. Brutal. And also, the second time we recorded this, the microphones weren't on.
Yeah, we went for round 2. Well, first we had to wait for my phone to gain some battery because Mike's phone can't handle. His phone's too new.
Right, it's my fault. It's all my fault.
And it's just
I take full responsibility.
Not quite fair. But it is what it is. And so we had to wait for my phone to get a good charge in. So we're just praying that we can just get through this episode without my phone dying.
Dear God, if you're out there,
dear sweet baby Jesus,
I know you can actually do things like create world peace and end child cancer, but can you do us the simple grace of allowing us to record a full podcast today?
Dear God, just bring me a cookie and I'll let it all slide.
Dear God, can I have a chocolate pie?
A chocolate pie. Very randomly specific.
God knows.
God knows.
God knows.
He'll take care of it. Anywho,
He knows you before you were born.
He knows you before you're born.
God knew you before you were born.
Okay. Well,
says it in the book.
Okay, in the book. Anywho, we're back, you guys, and we're gonna make it a good one.
It's gonna be great. Who the fuck are you? Did we introduce ourselves already?
That was hilarious. I hope that the microphone picked that up. But Mike straight up just asked, "Who are you?" And we got a meow
from the most precious angel
from his cat Jolene. And I just prayed that the microphone picked it up, and if it didn't, y'all's lost.
Bummer. We should get a Jolene mic.
But we should just have her always mic'd up.
Always.
Anytime. Yeah. Okay. That sounds expensive, but I'm down.
They're out there.
Anywho, yeah, I don't know if we introduce ourselves. I'm Tom Sofa.
I'm Mike Tomato.
And this is Sofa Tomatoes for the third time.
For the third time, episode 15, part 3.
Yeah. 15 to the third power.
15 to the third. 15 cubed. Sofa Tomatoes cubed.
Wow. There's levels to this shit, you guys.
Maths. We're talking maths.
We're talking maths. Do you ever talk maths? Anywho, how you doing?
Well, loaded question these times.
It's a loaded question after all we've been through.
How am I doing? I was great. I was okay. Now, I feel like I can't answer that without saying, "Dear God." And that's it. Just dear God.
Just dear God.
Just dear God.
Okay.
But I'm okay. I'm okay.
That's good that you're okay.
And I feel like the more that I say I'm okay, I'll actually believe it.
Yeah. Well, that's probably one of my favorite things to... I don't know if I've mentioned this on this podcast before, but I like playing volleyball.
You do?
I'm a volleyball player.
That's crazy.
It's no big deal.
That's actually like really scary.
It's no big deal. And one thing that I love to say on the volleyball court is everything's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. You know,
I appreciate that.
Just as like, it's kind of like a little joke because, you know, everything was not fine, but like it kind of is. But it also is just a little mantra.
You know what's one quote from the TV show that we both enjoy, Silo?
Juliet lives.
No.
Oh, what?
It's, I don't remember the name of the character, but the woman in the mechanical room, like her mentor.
That
broad.
The older one?
Yeah, whoever she is. So she's like just leaving her office space for the first time in like
Yeah.
25 years or whatever. And she says to herself, I'm not dying, it just feels like it. Or
Yeah.
you're not dying, it just feels like it.
Yeah.
And that I actually really grabbed onto that.
Walker. They call her Walk.
I don't know.
Come on, Walk.
I don't know.
I think so.
Deborah, for all intents and purposes.
Her name's not Deborah.
Her name's Debbie.
Okay. Well, I guess Mike, what are you watching?
Silo.
Okay.
I have finished, but not really, because I'll have to rewatch the last episode.
96% done.
And I get the hype. It's a good show. I enjoyed it. As I said in the first attempt of recording this podcast, that out of the two post-apocalyptic bunker TV shows, Fallout versus Silo,
Yep, it's 1v1.
I think Fallout is the superior program,
Okay.
but Silo is a close number 2.
Fair.
I think the music in Fallout is just chef's kiss. It's really exceptional. And the acting's great. Something Goggins, I think Richard Goggins. He plays...
It's Bilbo Baggins.
Maybe not. But the actor, Richard Goggins, he plays the mutant character. I forget the name of him, but the Ghoul, that's his name. The Ghoul.
The Ghoul.
He's great. He's a 10 out of 10 actor. I very much enjoy him as an actor. He plays evil he plays like good bad guy very well.
Better actor than Common.
That's not hard. That honestly was the hardest part about Silo, is like anytime Common was on screen, I'm like, you're fighting for those lines, buddy.
He's just like, I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna hurt you.
Which honestly, maybe that's not Common's acting, but it could be. But maybe it's just like bad writing. Like maybe like they just wrote the character to be that flat.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why in that show, no spoilers, if you're gonna watch it, skip a little bit. There's a reason in that show that he kind of doesn't really amount to anything.
He
tries
doesn't.
to, and like,
yeah,
like they give him like fake accomplishments and like, maybe you'll be my shadow.
True.
And like, and then at the end, they're like, you're not the guy. Your wife might be though.
See, I think maybe the writing or maybe Common's acting failed to do was to show this like super desperate person that is willing to do anything for the Silo and like so dedicated to the Silo, and then to not be that person in the end. I think that was like maybe how it was supposed to translate.
You know how I think it translates? And I see what you're saying.
You know?
I kind of do, but you know how can I contrast?
Please. Yeah, please.
I think that it's more so saying like, part of what you're saying is how like he didn't do necessarily what was best for the Silo, and I think that Camille did by trying to play both sides, and like whichever one was kind of going to come on top, she was going to, you know. And I think that the Silo sees all because they got the cameras and they got this AI and all this shit. And I would also say that one thing about Sims Common is that he wasn't like curious at all.
No, not at all. And that's
he was in no way was he curious about, why are we here? This, he was just like, I don't care, I'm gonna beat you up, type of thing.
Right. He was just like pure Silo propaganda, like incarnate.
Yep. And I think that those are the reasons.
I agree, because it doesn't show like a lot of critical thinking skills.
Right. Absolutely. He's gonna make the wrong turn. He's
or he doesn't have a lot of nuance, and that showed in the acting as well. It was very much lacked in nuance.
Totally. But I loved Silo. What'd you think about like the relic side of it? I thought that was brilliant.
I
I think that that stuff really spooks me because I can definitely see a world where we get shielded from like art and stuff because it's
Yeah,
been tried to
yeah,
happen
yeah.
before, and I, you
That
know,
is definitely not new to the human
for
experience.
sure, I empathize with that.
Um,
But maybe that's just because I
a
love
recent
love shit.
example that you can look at is to what ISIS was doing to a lot of the old Syrian art,
Mm-hmm.
like the old ancient Syrian ruins and architecture and art. They were destroying it because it was blasphemous to Islam.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you know, I get it. I think that it made sense to this kind of contained universe that is the silo, that they were really trying to remove any type of cultural aspects that could like bring on profound questions about humanity and what society is supposed to look like.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense to me. I wish just the relics were, I don't know, maybe like a little bit more interesting. Like the Pez dispenser, like you couldn't think of a better thing. But that's just me. Like, I don't know, a coloring book maybe. So
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
something that showed more of the world
a
outside of the
a coloring book. There's not even crayons. Like there's no cut. Like
right. It's a very gray society, and so like something that would promote color and that kind of thing, I would be interested in.
a brightly colored Pez
Okay, but
dispenser.
like you can't. I don't know.
It's bright blue and yellow.
I get it. Like it's a duck Pez dispenser,
Like
but
like the big thing was like you can't even see a brochure
of like the outside
of the
world.
outside.
But what's so, I guess, like culturally significant about a Pez dispenser? Candy, consumerism? I don't know.
I mean, it's part of like a TV show. It's a Looney Tune,
Is a Looney Tunes Pez dispenser?
isn't it?
I
Tweety,
thought it was just a duck. Like I didn't think it was like a character, like a cartoon character.
is it not Tweety Bird?
I didn't think so, but I could be wrong.
I thought it was Tweety or something. It's one. I thought that was one of those.
I
It's
don't
like a
know.
Looney Tune.
I'll have to rewatch it.
I guess so.
But I don't know. I wasn't like enamored by the Pez dispenser.
I wasn't either. I mean, I was enamored by the red level relic, the hard drive.
Oh, for sure.
That's what I wanted more info on.
That's all the juice. That was all the
That
juice.
was sick, and I'm so and I loved when they. I'm so curious about so many things. The guy who was George, the guy who died early, that was Juliet's like boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. Who
He,
had all the relics?
yeah, I want to know. I wish that I knew like what he thought after he saw the door. That's
Okay.
that in the like that was in the deep down.
Yeah.
Because I felt like uh when Lucas went down there,
Mm-hmm.
talk about it. What do you think of Lucas's character? I liked that character.
Yeah, I enjoyed his character.
Um, I think that when he went to the deep down and he like saw the door and everything, and he was just like, I just don't even care anymore. You're powerless on me to the mayor.
Yeah. The head of IT.
Yeah, slash mayor. I thought that was just bananas, and I just,
What do you think the door leads to?
I assume another silo.
That's what I'm thinking. Like I'm thinking it's like a tunnel network to another
It's
silo.
a tunnel network to another silo, so that you can get there without having to go outside. I would think.
Right. But then who's using it? Bum 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 bum.
I I assume that they're all connected, and then like I think eventually it probably takes you to the city
Maybe.
because I mean,
Who's to say?
whoever brought it over there, or whoever like created the silos or whatever, they all sent because there's like 50 silos right there.
They say 51 was the number. There's 51
Sure,
silos.
51 silos, yeah. And then if there's 10,000 people in each one,
See, one thing about Silo that I enjoyed about Fallout is that we got the purpose of the silos of the vaults at
Okay.
the end of the show,
Yeah.
where it's like it's still unknown in silos, like what's its purpose.
Right. And like, I mean, I know you didn't totally see like analyze the ending because I was here when I showed up when you were watching it, but like the ending, I think gives a little cliffhanger, and like that's why there's room for more show.
I mean, it does. It definitely like sets you up for a season 3, and
So
it plays with timeline in a fascinating way.
right.
Um, but I don't know. We'll see how season 3 goes.
Totally. I was really really irked when Juliet stumbled upon the silo that was all
Dead.
dead. I was really like, holy fuck. I was blown away. Shocked.
Yeah, I didn't expect that either.
I was hoping that I don't know what, I had no idea.
I was in a way expecting her to like kind of join like a Mad Max society kind of thing.
Oh, that would have been sick.
Right? That's kind of like what I was expecting is like she would
Wow.
find survivors out there and that she would join them and then they
I
would
thought that too
and
for a
then they would
second.
like come in and raid the silo and free everybody from whatever experiment IT was doing.
Hmm.
But I guess it does like that's a totally different experience versus what we're getting now. And I don't hate it. I don't hate like the visual of her finding all those dead bodies is like really intense, really wild. And I'm now curious as to how many times that's happened to other silos. I mean, we only see that one, and we don't get a lot of like aerial shots of all the silos. And so I don't know who's to say if it's happened multiple times or if it's like happened in succession where it's like it started with Silo 1 and then it inevitably turned into a revolt. And then the survivors of Silo 1 used the tunnels to get to Silo 2, rebuilt society. And then it just kind of like happens over and over and over again until they get the experiment correct.
Gosh, what's that huge machinery that it takes to create the silo? And then that piece of machinery is like at the base of the silo 18.
Yeah.
And if there's 51 silos and they're at 18, they're in the middle.
About, yeah.
So like there's no way that like 18 is the most recent silo. It's like
No way.
there are
Yeah.
ones from before and there are ones after.
And I
Like
would have,
no question.
and I'm curious if there's some that are different sizes or I I'm curious of how if any have like different societies structured.
I think they all have that book.
I think so too. That
That IT.
it's
book.
yeah, it's like the order, whatever. It's their constitution
Yeah.
kind of thing. I think they're all kind of fundamentally shaped in that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm curious if others have like revolted against that order and then created their own societies. I'm curious if that is kind of a thing. But we'll never know until they show it.
We'll never know until we know.
Never know until we know, and that's part of Silo.
Mm.
I did like that you kind of learned with the characters.
Right.
I appreciated that experience because sometimes when the audience knows before the main character, it's kind of like you're just waiting for like, okay, can we just get to the point?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, I think it's better that we learned with the characters.
Yeah. I mean, so one thing. So we've talked a lot about Severance, which I haven't watched the most recent episode, but I watched.
Oh
I watched
my
episode 3. I
God.
watched episode 3. I watched episode 3,
Oh, okay.
but I haven't watched 4.
I haven't watched 4 either.
Okay, good. Okay, so we're on the same page. So we can openly talk about 3
We can't
without
talk about
knowing
3.
about the future, which is great.
Yeah,
So
we can
I'm
talk about 3.
more than happy to get onto that here shortly, but I will in a way to get us there, I guess. One thing that I like about Silo that I will say is similar to Severance is I feel like the pacing is similar.
Okay.
I feel like I feel like at the end of season 2 of Severance, we're not going to know what the fuck's going on still. Same thing with Silo.
I don't know. I don't.
You think we're going to know what's going on?
I think we'll have.
We're going to have some sort of resolution.
No, I don't think we'll have like a finish to the show, but I think we'll have definitely a better understanding of what is happening to Mark and what that I forget the name of the project that's on him, the cloud something or
That's
whatever.
okay. Me neither. Don't worry.
Um, I think we'll find more about what that is because of what he's doing at the end of episode 3.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get more information.
So do you want to talk about episode 3? You ready for
Please,
that?
yeah,
All
I've been
right.
waiting.
Okay. You want to start or you want me to start?
So I'll start.
Okay.
I was wrong that Cobell did come back,
Mm-hmm.
but now she's gone again.
Hmm.
Do you think that Cobell was going to get like murdered? Like they were going to kill Cobell if she went with Helena and her bodyguard?
I wonder if she's like, no. I think that
Because why'd she run away?
I think that she's not supposed to talk to Mark, right?
I think that's part of it. That's why they like reassigned her to that other job.
Right.
But then she came back and she was like,
Here's what I want.
I want to be the manager of the severed floor.
Right.
And Helena is just like, we can discuss if you come with us. And then all of a sudden she freaked out and left.
Right.
So it's like she obviously had to have caught a vibe that I'm not going to get out of this situation
Yeah.
alive. I don't know. The thing
Or
is,
she
we
just is like, I'm
haven't
not going to
seen
get my way.
possibly we haven't seen Lumen kill anybody yet,
Yeah, they don't do that.
but we've seen the people that are against Lumen kill somebody.
Yeah. And well, and I mean, they retire
Right, they were
innies, which is arguably
murder.
murder
Yeah.
because they're creating life by having innies.
Okay, so what did you think about the goat farm?
I don't think we should start with the goat farm.
Okay, where do you think we should start?
I think we should start with Dylan meeting his wife.
Okay.
That was nuts.
It was.
That was freaking crazy. I thought that she was very sweet
She seems like a very kind woman.
and understanding and like had a very decent understanding of the situation.
Do you think she'll help them like escape or take down Lumen?
I think that she might.
Does she work for Lumen?
I don't think she works for Lumen. I think I thought it was kind of bananas when she said that she loved him,
Any Dylan,
Annie Dillon.
but not Outie Dylan.
Right. It was her first time meeting Annie Dillon,
Correct.
and she told him that she loved him.
Yes.
And I think that's crazy.
I think that is an emotional bomb on Any Dylan. And I guess, I don't know, like, maybe I didn't think too much of it as you are. I didn't think that was like such a.
And he couldn't say anything back.
Well, because he's never had that experience.
I'm saying, but she doesn't.
So I guess I would look at it like how, because being severed is such an odd experience. Like being severed is such like a weird mind fuck where this person that you know by all physical and some mental aspects like is the person that you've always known, but since they've only experienced life in this Lumen bubble, there are certain qualities of life that they've never been able to experience before. So like having somebody say that like I love you, I care about you beyond like I just work with you is definitely a mind-blowing experience. So I'm not surprised that Any Dylan didn't have the words to respond to something like that.
I agree. I'm more so saying how surprised I am that she would say that to him.
I think maybe she just didn't know what to say.
You think so?
Yeah, I think like it's probably very weird for her just as much as
Definitely
it is
weird,
for any Dylan, because it's like, this is my husband, but it's
but it's
not my
not.
husband.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think that it's just kind of, I don't know. I felt like she really, it didn't seem like she said it out of habit. It more so seemed to me like she, honestly, I think it seemed to me like she liked how pure that he kind of was being. And I think that like she missed that part of like her Dylan,
Okay.
Audi Dylan, and I think that's kind of why she dropped that on him unintentionally. And she he asked her about it later in the show. How was the thing? And she was just like, "Oh, it's fine," and like didn't say a damn thing.
Well, I wonder like if she was instructed by Lumen not to say anything, like for fear of like problems with her husband's job, because she did say that like Audi Dylan has a lot of difficulty holding down a job. So I could see her maybe frustrated with Audi Dylan, or, kind of in a difficult place within her relationship with Audi Dylan.
Kind of a fuck up, isn't that what he says?
Yeah, kind of a fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
And, maybe seeing any Dylan reminded her more of her husband prior to that time, like you were saying.
Yeah, she's also probably thinking, well, if any Dylan can see that Audi Dylan's a fuck up.
But also maybe she said that so any Dylan doesn't like do anything else to ruin his job.
But he won't. He's on like the best behavior just to have 18 minutes with her. Just to and he's like, and he was,
Well, and by his
you know what I
wife saying
mean?
like I love you, that's going to keep him doing that. So he's not going to work with
Yeah, I
Helly,
agree. Yeah,
Mark,
yeah, yeah.
and them to like bring down Lumen.
Crazy.
So I think it is part of a strategy to keep Dylan outside of this structure that the four of them have
Right.
to take down Lumen. Because right now it really just seems like it's Helly and Mark v
But
Lumen.
is it Helly and Mark? Or is it just Mark?
But is it just Mark? I
And
don't.
Helly just leading him on a wild goose chase.
Right, just to get whatever they want to happen. I don't know. I think that's why I don't know if like the Helly we're seeing on the severed floor is actually severed Helly.
Hmm.
But
You want to talk about the goat
the
farm
goat
now?
farm was weird.
Really weird.
I don't know how I feel about the goat farm.
I was scared shitless for a
I
minute.
well, that actress that plays, I guess maybe like the manager of the goat
Yeah,
farm.
who's that?
She's from Game of Thrones. That's how I recognize her.
Didn't watch that one.
And it's good.
Yeah,
It's a good
well,
show.
so Survivor.
And so I was kind of like I knew it was going to be a good scene because she was there. Like, she's a quality actress.
Right.
One thing that I was a little bit, I don't know, confused about is that, well, Helly's bodyguard was there. He was dressed up as like the demon goat. He like watched them from like the one of the mounds.
That's Helly's bodyguard.
I thought so.
I don't know. I didn't notice that. I just saw that spooky motherfucker. I didn't know that
Yeah,
was him.
I thought that was Helly's bodyguard.
Damn.
And
God, I gotta watch the new episode, and then I gotta get on TikTok so I can see all the damn Easter eggs
right, exactly.
because I love that. Oh,
So
I need to know.
I like when they have that moment when they're in the circle with the goat people. I did think it was interesting that like Mark was trying to like galvanize them against Lumen,
Right.
and some of them seemed to crack a little bit. Some of them seemed to be interested, but then
Yeah.
others were just like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping for, I don't know, like when they went to the goat farm, I guess I was hoping for them to find, some other severed person that wanted out, like Mark.
Yeah.
Like I was kind of hoping that they would like find like a weird ally, or they would find somebody that is like so kind of like ignorant to wanting to leave Lumen that they would just like show them around and like get them to where they want to be. But then that person maybe would turn out to be like an insider and would lead them on
Totally.
whatever journey that they want.
I think I got a notification. I saw that now you can read Rickon's book.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get
Apple? No, I think you can just read it on like Apple or something.
Oh, like on their Apple Books
Something.
app or
I
whatever?
don't know. I got to look further into it.
They have a Books app where you can like download ebooks and stuff like that.
I don't know. I got to look into it.
Okay, Rickon's
kind of
book.
funny stuff.
That would be a funny like Christmas gift.
Yeah. Interesting. I've been watching Mythic Quest, 3rd season of it. Show's killer. Hilarious.
Love it.
It is. It's really good. They do a really good job of
It's about like a video game, right?
It's about a video game, exactly. Yeah. They run it. It's like video game company meets The Office kind of vibe.
Okay.
And it is hilarious. They really explore just, I don't know, like they really leave the workplace and like come back, and they really really create this whole different world. And I know I was kind of telling you this a little bit earlier, but they're creating like a separate show called Side Quest in it, which is just so meta. So
very meta. And not Facebook.
And I hate that I wish that I didn't say meta and feel like I'm talking about the company Meta.
Fuck you, Mark.
Ruining words.
Fuck you, Mark. I think Mark is one of the worst billionaires out there.
I'm just going to pick a word that is, I don't know, a little bit popular or a little bit kind of cool, and then just call that a company name.
I think The would be a fun company name. The Company.
Or like THE stands for something.
Like it's an acronym. Like thermal, hydro.
Externals.
Yeah. Let's start it. And
there you go.
And we sell ebooks.
We sell ebooks.
Strictly Rickens.
Strictly Rickens. The Strictly Higgins. All right, listeners, aka me and Mike and our parents. You guys, there's a new podcast in town.
There's a new podcast in town. We're saturating the market even more.
There's not enough podcasts out there, so we got another one for you, and it's called Sofa Survivors.
What's it about?
It's about the TV show Survivor, you guys. We said that we would do it, and we deliver.
And we deliver.
And you're welcome. So do me a favor, or don't, check us out. Leave us a review. Subscribe if you want. Send us an email, sofatomatoespod@gmail.com. Do whatever the hell you want. Give us a bad review, 5-star bad review.
I still haven't gotten that comment, like that constructive criticism comment.
Somebody will.
And I'm going to keep doing this until it happens. And that comment can be like, please stop.
Please stop. You are ruining podcasting for the rest of us.
That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm craving. That's what I need. It's just not going to happen until somebody says something.
No, it's not going to happen. I'm so sorry.
So we're waiting. But in the meantime, go check out some Survivor shit. I am a new watcher. I've never experienced Survivor.
That's true. Never.
I know the basics of it, but we're starting with season 1, episode 1, the very first episode of Survivor, the very first season, the very first cast.
And it's a doozy. We dive deep and we
take notes.
Oh yeah, I went front and back on a page.
I didn't, but I also took notes.
Next week you'll go deeper. I know you will.
Yeah, I'm very much into the idea of psychoanalyzing the shit. Oh, she said absolutely not.
So yeah, an episode of Survivor's what? 45 minutes? Double it. Watch one, listen to our podcast. It'll make you a little hour and a half action. Kill some time.
Do it while you're folding laundry.
Yep.
Do it while you're walking the dog.
Yep.
Do it while you're taking a shit on company time.
Go on, do it.
Like it's your time.
Throw the AirPods in, put the hood up, put the hair over the ears. Nobody will see you're listening, but
I look
we'll know
at it
you're
like
listening.
this. It's your time, and let us bring something to your time.
Totally.
We're not invading your time. We just want to let your time be your time with us.
Mm-hmm. Guys, I have an update. This is an important update. This is a dough update, sourdough. Guys, I ate one of Mike's sourdough peanut butter chocolate
It
chip
wasn't
cookies.
a sourdough cookie.
What the fuck was it?
It was just a normal cookie.
What was it? Oh,
It was
you
just
guys.
it was just a normal cookie.
Guys, I've been punked. Oh,
no, it was just a normal cookie.
Mike made a normal cookie delicious. What'd you do to make it so good? I know it was a peanut butter chocolate. What was it? Was a thickum.
It was a peanut butter chocolate chip cookie
from scratch.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah, I made that shit real thick
Mm.
because I like a cookie that is kind of like a little like crunch on the bottom, but the inside is very much soft and almost undercooked,
Mm-hmm.
but still good, still
good
solidified.
Stuff. It's real good stuff.
So I believe I've perfected my chocolate chip or my peanut butter chocolate chip cookie.
It's fantastic. It was really, really good. I am glad I only took one, but I've been kicking myself ever since. So you got that going for you.
Yeah, I mean, when in doubt, I could start a bakery.
A lot of up cost on that. I don't know if you want that.
No, I don't.
Yeah, it's a tough life.
I don't really want to do that.
Tough life.
But I like baking. I like cooking. I think it's a good experience.
It's a great time.
I think those are good skills to have.
Great skills.
You can really take them anywhere.
You really can. You really, really can.
But I appreciate the compliment on my cookie. It was a really great cookie.
It was fantastic. And not only do I need to know, your mom needs to know.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you on the podcast so she can hear
Good. So then she'll call me and be like, so where are my fucking cookies?
Yeah, where's my cookie? I heard you gave him out.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
What I have you for, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking nothing. No, I had you for cookies.
High pressure. So it's a good cookie. And I'm about that life.
You can make sourdough cookies. Like those are a thing. I've just never dabbled in those yet. I think the next sourdough thing that I'm going to make that's not bread related might be, I mean, they're all bread related, but like crackers. I really want to try a crack at sourdough crackers.
Yeah.
And then I want to try sourdough cinnamon rolls. That sounds really good.
That does sound good. I'd kill for a cinnamon roll.
And then I could be bold and really kind of test my baking skills and go sourdough croissant.
Dude, I'm over here thinking about McFlurry on my way home. Oh my god.
Are you gonna get a Shamrock Shake?
No, fuck no. No. Just McFlurry.
Oreo McFlurry.
Yeah. But
there's a Portillo's really close on Addison. You can just go get yourself a cake shake.
Dude, are they open? They're
city. Open till like 12:30.
It's the city.
Yeah, they're open late.
In the burbs, they'd be closed.
You can definitely go get that. I might walk Remy over there and go get one.
Drive through? Is it drive through?
Probably. They do have a drive through.
Woo! Beef and cheddar croissant.
So it's time to be bad.
Dude, I literally have a gift card in my pocket.
Oh, be bad. Be so bad.
Fuck. I'm gonna work it off tomorrow. I'm volleyball tournament tomorrow.
You got a volleyball tournament. Take Harry on an extra walk.
And then, but then I'm gonna eat so bad for the Super Bowl pizza.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Yeah, what's another pound?
What's another pound?
What's another pound?
It doesn't matter.
Sound like Jerry Seinfeld.
Thank you.
You got a hill, man?
I did on the previous 2 times we tried to record this.
Well, we're back.
But I'm going to think of a fresh hill. And my fresh hill... I did the dog face licking one already, right?
You could hill that again if
I'm
you
gonna
want to
I'm gonna platform that hill again
platform it. Get it up
because I
there.
think people really should know this, and I know there's a lot of dog owners out there, and just to give some context to why this is my hill this week.
Yeah.
So my sister and her partner are out of town,
Right.
and so I'm watching their demon child for the weekend, who, if only we had saved some of the footage and we didn't experience a technical difficulty, he was all over this podcast.
It was all over it.
The squeaky toys, the little bit of crying and whining,
Yep.
you know,
I was playing tug of war with him for
playing tug
40% of
playing
the
tug of
podcast.
war,
Yeah.
digging under your feet. Like he really wanted to make himself involved. And he's just that type of dog. He really likes to involve himself
He sure do.
when he has, in my opinion, no business anywhere near this.
Yeah.
And one thing that Remy does sometimes is that if you give him your face, he will lick it.
True that.
He's a big face licker. And I subscribe to the idea of dog ownership that dogs should not be licking your face. As a dog owner, as a dog parent, you should not be making out with your dog.
That's true.
That's disgusting.
One or two kisses is good with me, and then it's a cutoff. You cut off at 2, and then all right, enough.
And
We're
I
done.
get that, like I said, some dogs
Little smooch
will
done.
like sneak a lick.
Oh yeah.
You know, they'll sneak attack you with a makeout.
They sure will.
But I have no patience. I have no time. For unconsensual face licking.
Yeah.
I don't like it. So that's why I like my cat, my sweet little precious angel. What she does instead of licking my face is that she gives me headbutts.
Well,
She goes noggin to noggin. And does it kind of hurt my nose sometimes when she, goes full speed into the crown of my nose or whatever it's called? Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes I thought she almost gave me a bloody nose. But it's still very cute.
You know what you should do? I know you're going to say you've seen this. You ever seen the movie Finding Nemo?
I have.
I believe it. You should do it. You should teach her. Give me some fin. Noggin.
I should. Dude, I should.
I know.
She's very treat motivated. So
I'm saying,
I could train her to
wouldn't
do
that
some
be
stuff.
Cute?
That would be very cute. Give me some fin.
Yeah, and then she just
use noggin.
And do her a little once in a while.
That's cute. That's really cute.
Something to think about.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a fun party trick.
Yeah. Well, something to think about. Guaranteed to knock any guest socks off.
But yeah, no dogs. No dog. Well, dogs,
no dog
yes,
face licking.
but no licking.
Yeah.
Put your tongue in your fucking mouth.
Yeah. Fact. Done. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's one of my mountains on my range.
Well, I got a hill.
Please.
I got one. And it's one that's not going to be as good as it was the first time I hit it, and that's okay.
Wait, before you say your hill, did you make a hill journal yet?
No, I'm not hill journaling,
Okay.
man. I the fact that I even wrote down notes for the Sofa Survivors thing was unbelievable.
Well, I'm thinking about carrying, I have my phone, I guess, like a little voice recording so I can remember, like,
any
a
hill,
hill.
just come back to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the worst idea, that's for sure. Well, one thing that you guys missed on our first attempt on this podcast of today was we talked a little bit of corporate jargon to each other.
Yep.
And one thing that I've been doing, it kind of works out that we redid this because I told a terrible story about how sometimes I use the term kick the can is as corporate jargon. And I'll tell you what, Mike then told me that he has never kicked a can in his life. He's not out there kicking can.
I'm not.
And
hold on.
No,
hold up. Don't put
up.
lies out into the world today. What I said is I've never played kick the can. There's a difference. I've kicked a can. I've never played kick the can. But continue.
Okay, well,
I have no another hill. I have no patience for slander on this podcast.
I need you to know that your lack of imagination is why you haven't played kick the can, and that's why you've only kicked the can, and that is not my fault. It's not my fault.
You know what? That's fine.
It's not my fault.
That's fine. Yeah, it is. It is your
It's
fault.
not.
It 100% is your
If
fault.
you had a little bit more imagination, you could have a little bit more fun.
But I don't.
That's not my fault.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I'm not you.
You're supposed to make up for it.
No.
That's the whole point of this
I am.
duo.
That's why it's a hill. I'm trying to die on a hill that you need to kick the can more.
It's too late.
It's not too late. We'll go to Walgreens. We'll get an Arizona iced tea. We'll drink it. I'll pour one for me, one for you, one out for the homies. And then we'll step on it and we'll kick it and we'll play.
And where does the can go?
Eventually,
Yeah.
when you score,
There's
into the sewer.
There's a point system.
What games are you playing?
See, this is my problem. This is my beef with Kick the Can. You tell me I have no imagination and I've never played Kick the Can, but then I ask you a simple question about what's the scoring system that's now been made up about this game, and I get a sewer. I get littering. So the game is commit a crime.
Commit a crime.
Is that my understanding?
No.
Is that my understanding on this
no,
podcast
it's an
today?
accident.
Are you advocating that our audience, our quality people, my mother,
not your mother,
commit a crime?
No, your mom should not be kicking can at her age, okay? You can kick can till you're 42 and then you hang up your kicking shoes.
At 42.
At 42.
What happens at 42?
You hang up your kicking shoes. You can no longer play kick the can.
Do you need particular shoes for this as well?
No.
But you just said you hang up your kicking shoes.
Correct.
I have too many questions. Why isn't this an Olympic event? You know, if that, then it's a real sport. If
I didn't say you have to sport kick the can. I just said you have to play kick the can.
So if it's a game and it's not a sport.
Listen, kerplunk is not in the Olympics, okay? It's a game.
It should be.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but it's not.
Fine.
It's not.
Fine.
And I wish it were, but it's not. Solitaire, not in the Olympics. Should be. I'd watch competitive solitaire. I would. I would.
I would watch the shit out of that.
Come on. You just so fast. It'd be cool.
It would be.
I'd watch that shit. But here we are. You know?
Yeah.
But
anyway, your hill.
Yeah, kick the fucking can, man.
Kick the can.
Play kick the can. Don't just kick the can.
Play kick the can. Got it.
It's not too much to ask for.
You're right. You're right. You're not asking. You're actually hardly asking anything.
I'm asking the most minimal thing, and I just want you to have a little bit of fun with something that, you know, just smell the flowers, you know, do a little bit of this,
yeah, smell
bit of
flower, make a crime out of a game.
Make a crime out of a game?
According to your rules, you score a point by littering. So
by littering,
that's what we're doing. We're out here condoning litter.
We're not condoning litter, but just play kick the can. Anyway, we're off kicking the can.
Roll the tapes.
Roll the tape. Rewind. There you go.
There I go.
Any questions?
No, I have no questions. I have no follow-ups. I have no
concerns?
concerns. I think we've established here who the criminal is. I might be a Nazi on this podcast.
And a bully.
But I'm not a criminal.
Hey, I'm not a criminal either. I never got caught kicking can.
No, but you have been in the back of a police car, correct?
Whoa!
Busted. Exposed.
I just hung out back there. Don't worry about it.
Expose him.
Just hung out back there just for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what they all
just
say.
Just to see what it's like.
That's what they all say.
They let me run the siren.
Yeah. Yeah, of course they did it.
Busted.
The Hoffman Estates Police Department.
The PD. No mugshot.
I actually think it was Cook County, right? Because our neighborhood was unincorporated.
Oh, yeah. The sheriff got involved.
Cook County. Unreal.
Unreal. Anywho. Where
do we go from here?
I don't know. We've kicked so many cans.
We've kicked so many cans, and honestly, I'm just gonna be 100% honest on this podcast.
A little shorter pod, you think?
It could be a shorter pod, but I think it's because we might have exhausted
double down
all of our
and triple
podcast
down.
energy.
Yeah, you can only do so much on a podcast
because we did Survivor. I think that was well done.
It was brilliant. Check it out, you guys.
And then we did an hour of this podcast.
Yep.
Only for it to disappear
out the toilet.
And then we did another minute and a half of this podcast
That
only
didn't
to
really
realize that
count.
our microphones were not
Yeah,
on.
didn't miss anything good
And
on
then
that.
here we are attempting our third go around
Yep.
at making conversation digestible, not just for us,
But for the world,
but for the masses.
for Brazil.
For Brazil, our one Ruski, our one solid Ruski.
So, anywho, I'm happy with that, man. I think that we did a okay job, and we're gonna come back stronger.
I mean, 15, I think, like anything that we're doing, is going to come with growing pains.
Mhm.
And this is our first major technical difficulty.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We've never had a major technical difficulty before.
I'll tell you what, it feels good to get it out of the way.
I'm glad it happened at 15
Yeah.
and not at 115.
That would have been quite a run.
Right?
Quite a run.
That's a long time. But it happened. We've learned from it.
We'll continue to learn from it.
We're going to update some devices in the near future
Yeah.
to allow for a more seamless integration between the two.
Right.
Who knows? Maybe we might update some equipment if we ever wanted to get Dixie Chick serious about it.
That'd be cool.
I think that'd be fun. I think we're committed enough to update some equipment.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting real close.
Maybe like 25.
25 what?
After 25. After we've done like a quarter of.
Oh, quarter of 100.
Yeah. And then it's like.
We update something.
Yeah.
You think an upgrade?
Why not?
Green screen.
We could green screen.
That's our update.
I was thinking maybe like in the microphone department.
Oh.
But that's also a possibility.
Wouldn't it be cool if we were just like clicking buttons and then our background was just.
That actually would be really fun. I mean, I could hang a thing here.
Yeah, but we don't need much to be hung. We more so just need like a.
Like I could just get a green thing from Joanne Fabrics.
Yeah.
Just have a couple yards of green fabric.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like a lot of work. Okay, well, okay, you do it.
I think the hard part is like finding the program or like the tech to switch it up.
Yeah, you snap your fingers and pay a subscription and
there it is. There it is.
And you're in.
Everything's a subscription.
Yeah, give them 1,000. They'll take it.
Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah, nothing but the best for us.
Okay. Top
If
shelf.
If we're gonna upgrade, we're upgrading.
Top
Pay
shelf.
the price or buy it twice.
Maybe we should have named this Top Shelf Podcast.
Maybe top sofa.
Top Sofa.
Top sofa. Wait, I got it. Bottom sofa, top dollar.
Bottom Sofa, Top Dollar. Our financial advice podcast.
Yes.
We're just going to keep adding to the Sofa Tomatoes universe.
And each subscription is $1 billion.
$1 billion.
Yeah. Give us the billion and you'll become a millionaire.
Oh, like the audience. I thought you were saying like me. Like, give me $1 billion and become a millionaire. It's like, so what happens to the other $99 million?
That's $9,900 million. What are you saying?
I don't know. I'm delusional. I'm podcast fucking dazed out.
All right, man. Well, this is Sofa Tomatoes. I'm Tom Sofa.
And I am Mike Tomato.
Thanks so much for checking us out. Check us out again later. Do it again for the rest of your life.
Leave a comment, subscribe, send us an email, roast me, bitch.
Check out Sofa Survivors. Bye.
Au revoir.